My name is Nina Gallagher, and I thought it was time that I update Ava's story. Ava was born March the 3rd, 2010, weighing 8 pounds 9 ounces. When she was 8 days old, she was diagnosed with a non-curable genetic disorder called non-ketotic hyperglycemia, NKH for short, which basically affects your nervous system. Ava's glycine was so high in her blood that it crossed over to her spinal fluid, which ultimately got to her brain, and that's where all the damage is. Ava still cannot sit up, she can't hold her head up, and she still has seizures on a daily basis. Ava is still taking 9 medications, 4 of which are for seizures. We have now started a new diet called the ketogenic diet, which is used for kids with epilepsy, but her doctors, because of Ava's life they said that she doesn't have a good quality of life, so they wanted to start it. It has been used in one kid and actually documented, and so Ava's genetics doctor done research, and she called Dr. Van Hove in Denver, Colorado, and he said that it was worth a shot. Since we've been on the diet, Ava is awake more. She's, on most days when she's feeling well and hasn't had a lot of seizures, I get to see her awake anywhere from 3, maybe 5 hours if I'm lucky, which is a big difference and a big change for her because for the past year, all I've done was watch my daughter sleep because of all the medications. And she deserves to be awake, and she deserves to be able to function like a normal baby. So, and also, her seizures have gotten better. They're not as intense, and she's not having as many on most days. She still has her bad days, where she'll have anywhere from 100 to 200, but for the majority of the time, they have gotten better since we've been on the diet, which we're so thankful. I thank God every day that the diet so far has been, is working some. They said it could take anywhere from a year, up to a year to know the full effects of it. So we're praying, and we're praying really hard that it works. Ava passed her swallow study on March the 3rd when she turned a year old. It had been almost a year to the day since I saw Ava eat by mouth. So she gets to eat 10 bites, which is a tablespoon, every day when she's well and not seasoned, which I thank God for, because when she quit eating at 5 days old, and after she was diagnosed with NKH, they told me not to bother with trying to get her to eat because she probably wouldn't. Just as well as they told me that my child would never walk, crawl, sit up, hold her head up, that she would be severely mentally retarded, and that she might always have seizures and they might not be able to stop them. But I don't believe any of it. I know reality and I know what the doctors say, but I have to believe that my daughter will walk, talk, crawl, sit up, hold her head up. I have to believe that. But we need to bring awareness to NKH. My daughter, as well as everybody else, kids who are affected with this horrible disorder, need a better chance at life. We need help. We need to bring awareness, and we need a cure to save lives and for our kids to have a better life. It is not any easier on me, almost 14 months later, to watch my daughter have to fight for her life and to have seizures every day. Ava was in the hospital 13 times this year. She's had 3 surgeries, her feeding tubes, a fundo, and she had tubes put in and a port put in a lung study this year. She's been in respiratory distress 9 of those times. Ava does not deserve to have to live her life like this, nor does any of the other kids. As you remember saying before, Jaden Scott lost his life after 9 days, which should be stopped. It should be prevented. If we have a cure and doctors know what they're looking for and they know how to stop this or to treat it as soon as they're born, it's going to save so many kids' lives. And if it's 2 less medicines that our kids have to take every day, then it's worth it. It's worth every fight, and it's worth every tear shed. Thomas still has to fight for his life. Ella Kate, who's 5, she now walks, which is awesome. It doesn't matter if they don't walk at 1 or 2 like they should, but she walked at 5 years old. Landon still has his crying spells to this day. They're trying a new medicine now in hopes that it works and helps calm him down. Italia, she is so pretty, but she still has seizures every day, and she has problems with her kidneys, and she has the drawing back and the arching spells and the crying spells as well, and it's not fair. Our kids deserve to have a better life, and with the help of you and everyone else, we can do this. We can save our kids' life, and we can keep kids from dying. but it's going to take all of you to help us. We can't do this by ourselves, and it took me a long time to realize that I can't fight this fight by myself. But I owe it to my daughter to fight for her as she fights for her life every day. I will not stop until Ava and all the other kids have a cure. It means the world to me, to know that one day my daughter is going to have a better life. It is not going to come easy, and it's not going to stop her from fighting right now, but ultimately it's going to pay off. She's going to have a cure as well as all the other kids. NKH affects 1 in 60,000 kids. You never know if your kid could be next. I don't wish this on anybody because it's heartbreaking. I cry every day. It breaks my heart to watch my daughter like this, but you never know if it's going to be your child next. Help us help our kids have a better life. Thank you.